Welcome, everyone, to Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. I'm Savage Houndtusk. And today is the next phase of the soft grind. We have finally made it to the point where I need to fight in Turga in order to get some upgrades for some gear that I want. We need to scrap with some new enemies that are scattered around this area that we want to go to. I think there's some new sub-quests that I need to take as well. Just a few, as it turns out, at least for now. I am going to try to use some EXP charms here, to augment myself. Alright, the pot increased its level again. That's good. I do appreciate how the game is encouraging me as much as it possibly can to, hey, bro, use this. Because in the other game, you basically didn't want to use it. And you didn't want to use it unless you were absolutely certain of what you wanted to go get. White Lagiacrus. I want to get a White Lagiacrus just because that's a really good monster, and I feel like Stormclaw, as much as I love my beastie, I think he needs to be transitioned to a stronger variation monster. He's just not hitting the hard yards like he used to. And I need a strong technical monster, and I don't know if I'm going to get one. I both do and don't want to scrap with these Eodromes and Eoprey. I do because I really, really want. And I forgot to use a cool mist, so I'm gonna have to burn one of those at the beginning of this fight, which is fine. That's not gonna screw me too much. People that are poisoned. I'm gonna give Cheval the antidote because
don't worry about me.
Cheval needs it. Get rid of my poison now. playing a social game, huh? I see how it is. You use aim. No.
Don't rest just yet.
Shit. Power attack. Oh, and he died from the backlash.
You're below your level.
Okay. I should have been paying more attention to that fight. I do not have my Gravios. Okay. I don't know if this is going to make a difference. Okay, I need the right monster in order to do a lava dive. Oh, it's Shakalakas. Shakalakas are not very tough enemies.
Already?
You don't really have to try very hard to take those out. Oh, they've got herbs. Shaka treasures are also necessary for crafting certain gear. They were actually very important in my Monster Hunter Stories 1 stream. I didn't realize those were Shakalakas. I thought they were insects until I saw them screaming and was able to make out that they were throwing a sword around. go. Altaros and a Congalala. A green Congalala.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh god, it defaults to tactical attacks when it gets pissed. And it's about to release Buddhist Stank!
You can celebrate later.
Let's do it! It's interesting to me that his kinship stone is still red. I feel like it would have changed to blue. $1,954 damage. Like, he just took just shy, exactly 46 points just shy of 2 grand in damage. And he is still trying to fucking swing at me. Yeah, he belly button. He's tanking. I really want to switch this Crimson Club out for that Inferno sword. That lava blade. Infernal Rage! Hey, Rev. Hello.
Over already?
How you doing, Rev? I did arrange it so that you'd still be able to see the stream if you wanted to watch. Even though you can't really kind of properly click into Twitch these days. I need to go get my Gravios. If my Gravios can lava dive into those pits. That's actually one of the main reasons I wanted a Gravios. Other than it really does feel like the Spartan kind of monster. Well, it's also gargantuan, armored to the nines, and built like an absolute freight train. Yeah, the Basarios and the Gravios really are gassy creatures. I think that gas does a lot more than just be toxic, though. I think that's part of... Well, I think it also, from a biological standpoint, allows them to regulate themselves in terms of temperature.
Don't miss your chance. Don't rest just yet.
Damn! Damn! Holy shit.
Let's go, Rafty. Fire! Take that!
Whenever they execute one, it buffs mine too? What? That's interesting. I didn't think that's how that works. Shield and counter. There you are, Liz. Welcome back to the madhouse. Oh Lord, he coming. Shield and counter. I apologize to everybody. I played a lot of Digimon Rumble Arena 2 as a kid. And Magna Angemon actually says stuff like that right before he jump slaps somebody with one of his moves. What? Alright, Liz, I get it. I'm sorry I didn't think about that. That was my fault. Should have asked.
Well, that's that.
That was monster fluid! That shit is rare as hell! What the oh shit! Oh Lord, protect me! That's a fucking Xenogre. Oh, I'm about to regret this, aren't I? Oh, this is about to hurt like a motherfucker. I can hear the Get Your Ass Beat song playing in my head right now. Slowly back away. No, I'm actually tough enough to take him now. It's just... Well, I'm supposed to. The question is, am I? That's the problem. Am I sure that I can hip slap this guy, or I don't get beaten? Oh yeah, rip that nasty fart on him. There you go. Okay, it looks like the Xenogre is weak to archery. It's just you saw it and thought, oh shit. I mean, it's a Xenogre. Xenogres are not jokes in Monster Hunter. They're not Elder Dragons by any stretch of the word. Wrong. But these bastards can be really fucking powerful regardless. They don't need to be Elder Dragons to be a problem. Yeah, just like a double man. They're sexy as fuck. They are an awesome looking creature, I gotta say that. I can't deny it. They do look incredible. Oh dear God, my armor is weak to his attribute. That is not good. Did you just electrocute my fucking monster?
Don't rest.
Wow, that Thunderbug got poison trashed. Okay, activate test box so that everybody can regenerate. I want to be able to have to worry about people's HP as little as possible. Oh no, Rapid paralyzed. Ow! Okay, that didn't hurt nearly as much as I was afraid it was going to. I bought a shitload of all these fucking healing.
Don't worry about me.
He's also gonna give me hearing problems. Yeah, he... Oh my god, yeah, he is live. Jesus Christ, you are a lousy SOB, aren't you? I need to pull out my beating stick. Not so I can actually beat someone over the head, but so I can do this.
Let's go, Ratty! Fire!
Burn! blades!
Still standing.
The ultimate blade. That's what Rathy is. Rathy is the ultimate blade. You and I have unfinished business, homeboy. Your mouth was writing one hell of a check. I'm here to make sure your ass can cash it. Slap till 10. I need to fuck up that thing. That Thunderbug had the effect of exactly dick.
Don't miss your chance.
Come on, punk ass! Smack the shit out of you with this tail! Laser ambush! Ruined my epic intro. He's taking DOT from fire and poison. This Xenogre is getting the biggest ass beating I have ever seen. Shocking extracts. Xenogre shock fur. All right, I finally beat the hell out of a thunder pup. I think that's a Xenogre egg. That may or may not be a Xenogre egg, Rev. Just saying. I think that's a Xenogre egg that I just picked up. A pulsing fanged wyvern egg. Okay, I'm convinced that that's what that is now. Yes, thank you for letting me know my expedition party has returned. I don't care that much. Ratha, buddy, can you land so that I can use the catavan, sir? Go back and find out what I just got. I cannot believe I just scrapped the fucking Xenogre and beat its ass like a bongo man. While wearing armor that was vulnerable to its element. Okay, first of all... Oh, hi! Hi! I apparently need to hunt a lot of Xenogres. Because those are really, really good weapons. Yeah. Rev, I'm sorry. I have to go hunt your favorite monster a lot. Yeah, I need to go kill a few dozen Xenogres, because... Oh, and I need to go murder a lot of Shakalakas, too. Because they take Shaka treasures. How's the Xenogre armor? Crit heal, which isn't too bad. Thunder boost, which is kind of okay. Recovers HP on a critical hit. Recovers HP a good amount of it, actually. Okay, so that's okay. Those aren't like ideal for what I want, really. Inflict rate up. That'd be nice. Evasion ability. Panacea? What is Panacea? Oh, dude! Infrequent chance of activation, though. Conga armor. Okay. That's the green Congalala armor. This is the upgraded Tigrex armor. That's the Oth Z armor. This armor looks so fucking weird. Item saver. Item saver I kind of like. Horn Maestro? What is Horn Maestro? Hunting horn effects last 2 turns longer. Might need to go kill a few of these. I didn't think I'd want to go murder a fart monkey a whole bunch of times, but you know what? I might just be feeling murdering a fart monkey. So that's the Xenogre armor. The Xenogre armor is okay with what abilities it gives. It's got great defense. It's actually got really good defense. Don't really know if I actually want to wear it, though, because it doesn't give very good abilities. The Monoblos armor for the white Monoblos doesn't give bad abilities either. So, I wanted the Flame Siphos. I forged myself a Brazen Gaida. I think I'm gonna go murder a bunch of Thunderpups. I need to go murder a bunch of Shakalakas too. They looked at me funny. That's the excuse that I need, and I'm sticking to it. Yep.
Welcome.
It's gonna turn into a blue Shakalaka party. Oh, there we go. Hey. Nice.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yep, killed an Emerald Congalala for you. Got the Mulberry Elixir. That's the melee. I feel like I'm kind of an idiot here because I'm trying to find the stable. And it's over here by my house. Alright, come on. Hatch out of there. I know what you are. Rev! Look what I got! Stormclaw is my jumper. What does a Zenogre do? I think they're also jumpers, or are they climbers? What do you do? Okay, they're a jumper, so I'm not losing anything by sacrificing Stormclaw for that. Good. Okay, there's Spartan. Black Gravios. I'm not giving up Lizzie 2.0 because she's my rock breaker. I will give up Edelgard for the time being, though. Because I need my technical monster, so Spartan and Spartan 3.0 are kind of going to have to coexist in the same party. Because he's a power type. I need a technical. I need one. And I kind of want to go grab myself a Shrouded Nursilla, but that's not happening. I kind of hope the Lalabarina makes it into, pardon me, another Monster Hunter game. Okay. There's the Lagombi. Psycho Frost Bunny. Royal monsters are especially powerful monsters that roam around an area. Naviru will warn you when one is nearby. So I have now finally scrapped with a Zenogre, and we're gonna do some Zenogre battles because I need Zenogre materials. I'm sorry, Rev. I'm sure you'll find a way to forgive me, but I gotta murder your fucking puppy because he makes good. He makes really good fucking weapons, dude. I don't know if you know this, but he makes really good weapons. And unfortunately for him, he makes really good weapons in all three of the categories that I like to use. He makes a good sword and shield, he makes a good bow, and he makes a good fucking... I have to... I love how my Basarios just keeps bitch slapping him with his fucking tail. Switch to technical. How did I not notice that in the previous fight? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. I might be a little dumb. Doing a thundercall. Oh, I knocked knocked him on his ass because I broke one of his body parts. Here we go! Damage. Bathe in my fire! Up on my frickin' fingers. Jesus. Ooh, I broke another body part. Burn, baby! And you could have it all. That song, man. That's gonna hurt! Best way to end a fight right here.
Don't miss your chance! What a fool.
All levels, very nice. S rank on him, very good. All right. Come on, Raza. Let's go finish exploring this Everden. Still cannot believe there was a Xenogre in there, but... whatever. Alright, come on, Gravios. This is a black Gravios, actually. This ain't a normal Gravios. This motherfucker be, the King Gravios. Technically, I feel like I could easily fly over that, but, this cave has a ceiling. And the game won't let Ratha fly in, like, you know, low ceiling environments. Otherwise, that's exactly what I would have done. There's where the rest of the bottle caps are. Oh, there's a few over there too. Okay. The reason I was willing to let Edelgard leave my party in this instance is because swimming in water isn't going to help me in this environment. Even though realistically Fox's monster is providing perhaps some ability. Hi! Hello! I walked into that tunnel and a Gravios ran straight into my goddamn face. Okay. Jesus Christ, he almost one-shot my fucking Nargacuga. Thank you, Shamal. Alright, get some sleep. Have a good night, Liz. Love you too, child. Stone-scaled ass blush a pretty pink when I kick the shit out of you! I've never been able to forget that line since seeing it in Devil May Cry 4, and I still think bleed. Let's see if you bleed. What? Oh. Yeah, that's probably one of the few good lines that movie had. To this day, I have still never actually watched that movie. I watched most of Zack Snyder's DC Universe films, for anybody wondering, by the way. Just in case somebody wanted to open their mouth and go, oh, well, clearly you don't know quality. His Batman films were meh. No, he didn't. Actually, now that I think about it, his Wonder Woman movie... No.
Don't rest just yet.
Yeah, and they introduced him that way, and I'll be honest with everyone here, I didn't like Zack Snyder's Batman. Not because Ben Affleck was bad. Actually, Ben Affleck I think did a really good job. Yeah, he was malicious and he definitely killed a few people, and that was probably one thing about it that I didn't like. What I did like was he's a great Bruce Wayne, and they used a voice modulator to make him sound intimidating and tough when he's Batman, which A, makes sense, particularly for an actor like Ben Affleck, who's just not going to be good at doing the dark, violent vocal voice, because he's just like, I'm sorry, that's just not Ben Affleck. That's never really worked for Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck can be intimidating, but predominantly he just simply is not. I'm sure somebody is going to have a problem with me for saying that. Get over it. The Christian Bale from the Nolan series was probably the best Bruce Wayne Batman actor to be able to perform both characters. No. And yeah, of course, he had Christian Bale do that. The problem is that really fucked with Christian Bale's vocal cords. No, I have not. And he's doing it exactly in his fucking Batman voice. No, his stature was never that impressive. But he's not super short either, even though he's not a particularly tall man. No, I would actually prefer Batman be tall. It's part of what helps make his outfit intimidating. Let me get my point across here, though. I like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. He does a good job as Batman to a point with the lines that they give him in the Justice League film that I saw. The problem that I have with the Justice League film is that the humor for it fell entirely fucking flat for me. Like, that was some of the worst humor I've ever seen, and some of the worst writing I've ever seen for the Justice League movie when it came to the humor. Cyborg was probably the only character I thought was genuinely written very, very well. Everybody else... I'm sorry, what? And like the Cyborg, the way they dealt with Cyborg wasn't too bad. I actually liked what they did with him in the Zack Snyder Justice League movie. he's like, he was acted well, and he was actually one of the better written parts of the Justice League movie. Yeah, I can't remember his frickin' name. I think it was Miles Dyson's actor from Terminator 2. He did a really good job with that too. Yeah. The one issue that I kind of had with little rock tours wriggling around. The one issue that I really had with Justice League is that the humor to it was fucking god awful. A lot of the jokes had me sighing in disappointment. And Aquaman, I like Jason. I want to make this clear. I love Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is an incredible actor. He is a funny actor, and he is actually kind of an interesting actor for the most part. I love Jason Momoa. Yeah, and Jason Momoa kind of made a couple of mistakes recently. Don't get me wrong, but I love him as a character, like as an actor. As an actor, he does a great job. For the most part, as a person, he's actually been pretty decent, because unlike a lot of the other Hollywood celebrities, he has not been talking very much out his ass on the internet. He still doesn't, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, he does not actually do this. And usually when he does, he's not afraid to walk himself back, which is good. At least comparatively speaking to his stories. My point... Yeah, like... Henry Cavill's kind of the goat of modern acting. Because he's the only fucking nerd actor who wants to do source material proper justice. But Aquaman wasn't bad. Aquaman 2, I'm told, also wasn't a bad movie. It's just they had to deal with the whole controversy with Amber Heard. Thank you, Mr. Depp's ex. Because she was absolutely a daft hoot about the entire situation between herself and her husband. And I'm not gonna... She was also saying... I know, she was insane. I'm not really gonna go too into that. I want to talk about the films predominantly. I don't want to talk about the controversies that are caught up in that. I don't approve of Amber Heard at all, for anybody who knows. I don't like her. I didn't like what she was doing, and the more that situation unraveled, all I will say, and then I'm going to drop the subject, is the more it very quickly became clear that that woman was a lunatic, and she needed to be treated like one. And she was very clearly trying to play on feminine sympathy, and I'm sorry, she didn't deserve to. There are a lot of women that really need help out there against abusive men. She is not one of them. Yeah. Men need help against abusive women. We need to learn how to treat each other with kindness and respect as a species, as a rule. But that's all I'm gonna say on that particular subject. I don't want to go crazy with it. Regardless, the films themselves, the humor was terrible. The writing was weird. The characterizations was not were not ideal either. I didn't really approve of a lot of the characterizations. Many characters. In particular, I really hated the characterization of the Flash. It wasn't like I'm not getting into the Ezra Miller controversy. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna say a fucking word about that controversy. My problem with Flash was his character was written to basically be a giant pussy. Flash is not a giant pussy, and I hated that. The WB Flash. Yeah, WB Flash was actually really good Flash for quite a while. In fact, I wish... Yeah, the CW, excuse me, not WB, CW.
Is it already?
Yeah, the Arrow show was actually good for a while. It got weird and yeah, it kind of fell apart later. For anybody who wants good Green Arrow content, by the way, go watch the Arrow. The first like 2 to 3 seasons of Arrow are great. I would still say that what's his name, Deathstroke is not portrayed what I would consider particularly well. He's portrayed well in that the actor who plays him is a really good psycho and does a really good job with what he's got for writing, but Deathstroke is not a megalomaniac. He's a sadistic bastard! Yeah. Oh, damn it, I just got ambushed by a Gravier. That was an amazing TV show. Yeah, that was an amazing TV show. I want to say this now. I grew up on that, and that was an amazing TV show. I also understand, though, that despite Ron Perlman's absolutely gorgeous performance...
Don't miss your chance!
That was Ron fucking Perlman, dude! Despite his absolutely amazing performance, that was a terrible Deathstroke iteration. And it had nothing to do with Ron Perlman's iteration of him. It had everything to do with the fact that he was written as a sadistic criminal mastermind, not a murderous, semi-insane mercenary. If he had been written that way, it would have actually been a way better interpretation. But despite that, it still managed to be one of the greatest fucking roles I've ever seen played. Like, that was an incredible performance. Ron Perlman sold that performance the whole show until it got fucking canceled. And it was gorgeous. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into Teen Titans Go. Simply put, that show is absolutely god-awful. Whoever wrote that should have been fired. The entire team needed to be fired. I don't even know why the voice actors decided they were going to work with that, because what the fuck? Yeah, I guess they had to. Matrix contracts. Whatever. Teen Titans Go was just awful. Like, even for a kid's show, that was a stupid-ass TV series. I couldn't even properly watch it. I watched part of an episode and checked out before I could even finish it. It was so creative to watch. Getting back on track, Arrow is actually really good for the first few seasons. I would say stop after about season 3. The Flash, CW Flash. I want to get back to this because comparing that to Zack Snyder's idea of the Flash. Zack Snyder's idea of the Flash is that he is a gargantuan pussy. Like, he sat there and had an actual conversation with Batman where he goes, I've never actually fought anybody. And this was the part from the trailer that I thought was funny in the moment, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this is not Barry Allen. This is not the Flash. Was literally, yeah, like, it's not Wally West either. I've never actually been in a fight. I've always just sort of and then ran away. That is not how the Flash does business, okay? And I... Yeah, he does. He's kind of like that. For anybody who wants to see a good interpretation of the Flash that actually existed already without having to go to the... Hold on. God damn it, you asshat. For anybody who wants to see a good version of the Flash that does not suck, and has already been shown in cinema, the animated Justice League series, the Flashpoint Paradox animated film, these are two really good sources of the Flash that you can watch. that shows off a flawed version of the Flash that is also a very good version of the Flash. Animated Justice League and Animated Justice League Unlimited. The Flash in that one is Wally West. He's a showboat. He's a little bit sexist because he doesn't always properly respect the women in the room because he's kind of up himself. I'll just say it that way. But these are things that the show does not treat as though they are good things. These are things that the show does not treat as though they are things to respect. They treat it as they are a problem and he needs to wake the fuck up and stop being that way. Every time he treats a woman like that, the woman always treats him with the utmost disdain and kind of gives him the look of, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you right now? And a lot of them will in fact say some shit to him in order to get him to chill out and wake up and behave and show some respect. And the TV series also pays the Flash a great deal of personal respect because it showcases one of the most wholesome interactions that any character in fiction I've ever seen has ever had with one of their villains. Because I can't remember the name of the villain, I can't remember the episode. Oh my god. Oh shit. Well, we'll have to take a fight with this now. That is an Agnactor. He has this interaction with a villain that broke out of the insane asylum / prison he was in. And Batman shows up, Wonder Woman shows up, the police show up. He looks at the police and he goes, guys, hang on for a minute, just let me talk to them, okay? And the police, deeply respectful of Wally West, because this is Wally West in the animated series, it's Barry Allen in the CW. Both of them are different iterations of the Flash. They're different people who inherited the power of the Speed Force. They're both heroes. They're both good. You'll like both iterations. Go watch CW Flash. It's a really good Flash. Anyway, he has this interaction. He's sitting here. He's talking to this guy. He's trying to get him to calm the hell down. And the guy's sitting there. He's depressed. He's drinking at a bar. The bartender is... Yeah, I can't remember exactly what exactly it was. But yeah, the guy was drinking at a bar. Wally comes in, he talks to him, and he goes, "Hey man, I don't think you want to be doing this." Yeah. And he goes, "Look, just I think you need to go back to the doctor and I think you need to start taking your meds again." He goes, "Let me guess, somebody told you to stop taking your meds?" Yes. Talked to him, the guy admitted, yeah, such and such told me I should stop taking my meds. Listen to me, okay? You're not better without your meds. You need to go back on the meds, you need to stop hurting me. And, it was easily one of the most heartfelt conversations I've ever seen in fiction. The villain goes, "You know what, Wally, I think you're right." Or not Wally. He goes, "You know what, Flash, I think you got a point." And Flash talks to him, and without the police having to lift a finger, in fact, the cops stayed at the back of the bar and they watched him. And I don't remember if I'm... Yeah. I don't remember if I'm entirely correct either. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But, Yeah, yeah. And he held him off and yeah, and he had whacked out hair because he looked a little disheveled. And the Flash was just like, come on guys, just let me talk to him. Give me a chance. They give him a chance to talk to the guy, and it was the Trickster. And after talking the Trickster down, he goes, alright, I'll turn myself in. I'll go deal with the police. And he says, you need to get back on your meds. He goes, alright. The guy goes back and he genuinely turns himself into the police. He gets back on his medication. Superman and Wonder Woman didn't even have to kick the shit out of him. And, it was one of the most heartfelt human scenes. Like, it was one of the most beautiful scenes in cinema that I've ever seen. He was genuinely trying to care about the person underneath him. And it was a wonderful thing to see because it felt right. It felt good. It felt like what heroes should do when they're not just saving lives out there. And yeah, even Batman's done it a couple of times. You're right. It does tie into the animated series, yes. It ties into the Superman series too. Well, I mean, she suffers from a genetic condition that effectively makes her look like a child. And the only job she was ever able to get because of that condition was that stone show. And it was the only thing that she was ever happy about. And, because it was the only point in her life where things were going right for her. And after she basically lost everything. And it drove her insane. And, yeah, Batman felt really bad for her. He knew she wasn't just an amoral, murderous, kidnapping psychopath. She was a broken woman who had lost everything that was, you know, that made her world feel like it mattered. And it hurt her. And it broke her. And he knew that, like, and he does this with Penguin, too, in one instance. Because because there's an episode where Penguin tries to go good and genuinely becomes a straight shooter. And it would have worked too, but this woman manipulated him and twisted him, and then he found out the truth. She wasn't able to confess it. She wasn't able to meet him on the appropriate ground that she should have, and he snapped and went back to his criminal ways. But he also... This is one of the few times that Penguin receives genuine compassion from Batman, in that Batman sees what happened and very quickly puts the dots together, and or connects the dots rather, not puts them together. And he pats Penguin on the shoulder in a show of kindness and compassion and decency, going, I understand that was fucked for you, bro, and I'm sorry that it happened to you. You didn't deserve that. You were genuinely trying to be a better person, and I acknowledge that. And that was everything that pat on the shoulder really kind of tried to imply and speak, without Batman ever once having to open his mouth. And I think Penguin felt that in that moment. And he knew that Penguin was probably going to go back to crime after that. And it hurt Batman, I think, to see that happen to Penguin. Because what Batman ultimately wants for all of his criminals is not to spend the rest of... is to not spend the rest of their lives in hospitals and prisons, to not rot in hell. He doesn't want them to be broken into like worthless pieces of shit. He wants to put the fear of God in them so they'll go back on the straight and narrow and actually do the right thing. He wants those people to redeem themselves. He wants those... Yeah, he wants those people to do what's right. He wants them to change their ways and stop being bad and start putting good back into it. And he understands that the world is a fucked up place and it doesn't always let you do that. And it broke people. Like even the Joker. There's a movie that I can't remember. Or some sort of TV show. Is it the Killing Joke where he does it? Because I don't know. No. There's what I'm talking about is something else where Batman and Joker truly have a bonding moment because Joker gets the shit beat out of him by Batman. Like. No. No, you're thinking of Darkness. You're thinking of Darkest Night. That's not what I'm talking about. No, that's not what I'm talking about either. That's not what I'm talking about. It's back when they're both still relatively young. Because he beats the shit out of Joker, and then the Joker stops and realizes he's out of ammo, he's out of weapons, he's out of ways to fight back, and he looks at Batman and he goes, "Go on, kick the hell out of me, get your standing ovation." And Batman looks at him and he goes, "No, not this time." He goes, "I don't know what bent you out of shape, what could have happened, but maybe I've been there too. You could come work together with me. I could rehabilitate you. We could find a way to stop this. You don't have to keep doing this." And Joker looks at him and he goes, "No." And you see it in Joker's face. He genuinely thinks it. And he goes, "No, I'm afraid it's far too late." He goes, but this reminds me of a joke. And he goes, these two people are trying to escape from a mental asylum, yeah, and they don't. They try to escape from a mental asylum, and he goes, but and one of them jumps across a short bridge to get to freedom, and the other one can't do it because he's scared. And he goes, "I'll turn the flashlight on and it'll make you a bridge." And he goes, "Are you crazy? You'll just turn it off halfway there, and then I'll fall to my death." And then they both, Joker starts laughing, and then Batman also starts laughing. And the two share a genuine moment of mutual respect for one another. Mutual appreciation that they're both broken men. And one of them is genuinely trying to save the other from being a monster. So it tries to genuinely turn it into something that isn't. Because ultimately he was forced to take Joker back on and take him in. Yes, he tried to fight. Probably.
Below your level.
But it was one of the most wholesome. These are the moments that I'm talking about that I feel like when I say modern comic book hero movies and video games really suck, they don't try to include things like that. That's what I'm fucking saying. When I tell you that these games, these movies, these TV shows don't get what these fucking characters were supposed to be about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, and that's what I've been saying when I've been one of those people. It's like, you don't like this. Like the Batman Gotham Knights TV show doesn't get it's a show to this day I have refused to watch. I'm not going to get into the controversy too much of why. When I say it doesn't get the Batman family, what I'm talking about is that they try to act like daddy issues are what made all of those characters connect and be the vigilante superheroes that they were. You obviously don't get these characters if that's what you fucking think that that's what that was. You clearly just don't. Oh great, I'm gonna have to go get Edelgard and come back into this Everdell. Ooh, another Xenogre! Come here, Thunderpup, I'm gonna kick your ass. But when I say that you really don't understand these characters, or that these characters are not understood, they break them down to the most bare minimum of characterization and try to act like that is what makes the character. And they try to turn these characters all the time into the most one-dimensional fucking things ever. And trying to make it like Batman is all about violence. Batman is all about brutality. I have had several conversations with people who've been like, no, Batman's just brutal and violent. What the fuck would you ever see that's interesting in him? If that's all you've ever seen from Batman, you clearly don't know Batman. Okay? You don't. Yes, he gets really dark. He gets really dark. He gets really brutal.
Don't rest just yet.
That happens with a lot of the people that don't fight. But he also still has moments of some of the most wholesome humanity you could imagine. And that's part of what makes Batman such a great character. It's not just about his evil. And if the violence is all you see, then I don't think you understand violence.
Keep it up.
Get a Paracair out here. He's paralyzed.
Don't worry about me.
But that's what I'm trying to bring up is these people don't know these characters. They act like they do. They fucking don't. Batman is great because he's an amazing detective, he's an amazing martial artist. Batman is also an amazing person.
Don't rest just yet.
And they don't, like, a lot of modern media in particular these days doesn't respect Batman as a human being, like, as a person. Particularly, not even necessarily as a human being, as a person. They don't respect his person. And that's what I fucking break him down into a character, and then try to act like that's all there fucking is, and it's obnoxious. And then they get super political and narcissistic, and they wonder why nobody takes them fucking seriously. And it's because they want you to look at it one way, but the one way they want you to fucking look at it, I'm sorry, it's wrong. That's all I can say. Like, the one way a lot of these people really want you to look at these characters, it's the wrong way to look at them. It's like taking the worst aspect of somebody and then being like, that's all there is to that person. That's not how that works. I think that's why Hollywood tried to make a lot of villains three-dimensional now instead of evil, is because they want you to be able to see villains as people. Well, here's the problem. A lot of the time when they do that, yes, I can see the villain as a person, But here's my problem. You spend so much time humanizing your villains these days, you don't humanize your fucking protagonists. You treat your heroes like they're the villains. They're not the cause of Yeah, they're not the cause of the villain's misery. The villain ultimately creates more of their own misery. In Geo from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core put it incredibly perfectly when he stated this one sentence to Zack right before his final moment. Our enemy is all that creates suffering. For years I have created my own suffering. A villain engineers their own suffering, but often in ways that they don't realize, don't consider, and don't think about until it's way too late. And by that point, they don't have any other way to look at it. And they're so lost in their own torturous, murderous violence that oftentimes they just don't feel anything else. They don't want to. And that is usually what generates a villain, or somebody who has the cold-blooded will to do what they need. And it turns out to kind of be a sort of actually semi-understandable and appreciable. That is characterization. The problem is that a lot of modern media focuses so much on characterizing villains, they forget to characterize their heroes. To the point where they make the hero feel like the hero is actually the villain, and the villain is somebody who is supposed to be the hero. Here's the thing. If you want to do something like that, and you can do something like that, I'm not saying you can't before anybody presumes that that's where I'm about to go with this. I'm actually about to go the opposite of where you think if that's where you thought I was going. What you need to do is you need to create an actual system called everyone is the hero in their own story, and everyone is the villain in their own story, or in someone else's story. That is how you generate... That is the saying that you need to adhere to when you want to create a system where the hero and the villain are both just people trying to do their best, and it doesn't always work out. If you did that, it would work out a lot better, and the characterization would work a lot better. The problem is that they want... in the process of trying to push a lot of what they call progressive politics, a lot of what these Hollywood writers do is they make old forms of traditional living look monstrous. Now, I'm going to put it like this so that everybody understands. Old traditional forms, a lot of them were actually pretty monstrous. You may not want to hear it, you may not want to acknowledge it, you may not want to believe it. A lot of old school traditions were pretty monstrous. I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth. Okay, and we changed a lot over many generations, over many millennia and centuries, away from those old traditions, because the more we thought about it, the wiser we got, the more we discerned it, the more we realized, yeah, this is actually kind of fucked up, maybe we should stop doing it. But we did it with subtlety, with respect, and with care and understanding to people to whom that was all they knew. Yes. But we did it with respect to the people to whom that was all they knew. Why? Because telling somebody they're wrong and not explaining why doesn't fix a problem. It is an inherent flaw that I have seen dozens of people commit. legitimately do not want to fight you. I don't want to deal with the one-shot bullshit. And... So Robin ran away. He bravely turned it when danger reared its ugly head. He bravely turned his tail and fled. Yup. Where'd you get the coconuts? Oh, I can't run away from this one.
I let my guard down.
But yeah, like the moments where the heroes are human and the heroes try to be decent, it feels like those have been kind The current culture right now is trying to push progression because a lot of people have been looking for progression and not themselves. Women are still mistreated really badly here, even in the States. A lot of people keep asking this. I mean, all you have to do is look at modern fucking medicine. Even in the United States, go look at modern medicine. Look at how backwards and risky it is to be taken care of in a lot of ways. And look at how easy it is, like how much advantages there are for male maintenance. There's a lot of female care that is not properly thought of, not properly considered. Religion is one of the excuses often used for it. Other excuses for it
Let's go, Rafi!
are the belief that the research isn't working. And it shouldn't. Yeah, but politics are greedy and people in the air with dumbass drones. Suma Yi, Suma Gao, and Suma Dynasty Warriors games. They are three people that you should pay attention to for what real leaders should look like. And King understands that you have to rule benevolently, that the people have what they need, and the people can function the way they need to function, and that sometimes is dealt with because they don't always know what they need over what they want. And sometimes at that point, that's when you have to be the unpopular leader who does what's necessary. Here's my problem with modern politics. A lot of them will use that very series of statements and completely use them in the most backwards fucking way possible. Because they will entirely and completely say that, act like they believe in it, and then show you very quickly how not only they do not believe a word they just said, but they were using it to fuck you over and deprive you of something that they have no need to take away. Yeah, that's cool. God, you and I flew through like 5 different DC subjects, and like there was a lot of DC talk that just happened here. I don't even remember what the original root of the talk was, but that was just good engagement. Oh yeah, Wally West. Almost enough Marvel talk. I mean, Marvel's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. I really don't have a good answer for that.
Very weird though, because
Yeah, kind of.
Welcome. How can I help?
This stream is almost over. So. Have a good day, though. I like how they call this the Usurper's Firebolt. Agnacteon. Flamethrower. I need to go kill more Shakalakas. I'm probably going to need to kill another Xenogre pretty soon. Agnactor armor. The Agnactor armor isn't very good. What does it look like? Oh, that's actually kind of cool looking armor. What do I need to upgrade this? Shocking Extract. I have to go kill a bunch of Thunderbugs! Fucking hell. If I don't do that, I can't upgrade these weapons. Oh, that's so good.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do a lot of soft grinding soon, so... Actually, it's gonna be hard grinding. I'm gonna grind the hell out of this. We'll order from the... Yeah, it's the Buzzards Bay House of Pizza. That's what it is. Yep. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been Savage Hound Dusk, and I'll see you guys next time on Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Hopefully I will get the opportunity to progress the story. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be working 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., so I won't actually be able to stream tomorrow. But I'm going to try to get some of the grind done off camera. Because this is really dragging out Monster Hunter Stories 2.